How's everyone doing? It's Sean here, and I am back today to give you guys a review of the Air Jordan 6 Retro in the black infrared colorway. So first off, I want to give a huge shout out over to the Closet Inc. So the Closet Inc. is a sneaker boutique located out of Southern Ontario, and they will be dropping these black infrareds this coming Saturday. These are set to drop February 16th for $200 US or $265 here in Canada. Originally releasing back in 1991, the Air Jordan 6 is famous for being the shoe worn by Michael Jordan during his very first NBA championship. Since then, these black infrareds have been retroed many times, but they're releasing these true to OG form for the first time since the 2000 retro. To be honest with you guys, I'm personally not a huge fan of the Air Jordan 6 model, but the infrared 6s are so iconic, and it's the very first colorway I think of when people mention Jordan 6. So jumping straight into the shoe, the upper of these Jordan 6s is constructed out of a black nubuck. While the toe box itself is relatively plain, we do have additional overlays found on the sides of the shoe. And then running throughout the sides of the shoe on both sides, you'll see there's these perforations running throughout, and then underneath this we have 3M, so that means when you take a picture of these shoes with flash or have light reflect to it, it'll create a very dope effect where these perforations light up. You'll also notice that on the ankle collar of the shoe, this area protrudes out, which is true to the signature look of the Air Jordan 6. As we move towards the back portion of the shoe, this is arguably the most anticipated aspect of these infrared 6s. So in this case, we have Nike Air embroidered in black directly onto the back, and this replaces the Jumpman logo that we've been seeing for the past few retros. And then above this, we have this black plastic pull tab with this hit of infrared running across the center. In terms of laces, these come with your standard flat black laces, and then underneath this, we have your tongue. So the bottom half of the tongue is constructed out of black neoprene. In the middle, we have this diamond-shaped shroud, which partially hides the laces, and in the middle, we have this infrared colored Jumpman. And then finally, we have this rubber piece at the top, along with this Air Jordan branding. These infrared 6s also have the signature lace lock. This is done in infrared, and we have the Nike branding on one side and the Jumpman branding on the other. So the interior of these infrared 6s is done in this black textile, and then as I take out the insole, these come with an infrared colored insole with Nike Air branded on the heel in black. So the upper of these Air Jordan 6s sits atop this full-length foam midsole. For the most part, this midsole is painted in black, but we do have hits of infrared both underneath the forefoot and along the back heel. Unlike the 2014 retros where the infrared on those shoes were a little bit more pink, in this case I feel like Jordan Brand has gotten the infrared color right. Encapsulated within the midsole, we have Nike Air technology, and then underneath the heel, we have this window that exposes the air bubble that's found within. Turning these over to the bottom, here we have your classic Air Jordan 6 outsole. So the outsole is predominantly constructed out of black rubber, but portions of this outsole have this icy blue finish. We have the signature circular traction pattern found on both the forefoot and the bottom heel, and right in the middle, we have this oversized Jumpman that's done in infrared. In terms of sizing, so my feet measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I picked these up in a size 10. I do have to say, they do run a little bit big, so if you don't mind a little excess room in the toe box, or if you have wider feet, then you can go true to size. But if you want a really snug and locked down fit, then you can definitely go down a half size. Comfort wise, so one of the reasons why I've never loved the Air Jordan 6 is because I feel like honestly, it's not that comfortable. In the case for these guys, while there may have been some small improvements, overall they still feel pretty brickish on feet. And honestly, when you're wearing these, the midsole is pretty stiff and you basically don't feel any cushioning underneath your feet. Maybe it could be a case of just breaking them in, but hopefully in time we'll be able to tell. Last but not least, from a quality perspective, so overall I'd say that these are decent, they're good, but there were some craftsmanship issues. Specifically, there was a few glue stains and the paint wasn't perfect either, but for a mass-produced sneaker like these infrared 6s, it's kind of what you'd expect. So with all that being said, now let me lace these up and I'll show you guys how these infrared 6s look on feet. When you think of iconic Air Jordans, you kind of think of the Bread 1s, the Chicago 1s, white and black cement 3s, and as far as 6s go, these black infrared 6s probably are at the top of the list. I'm glad to see Jordan Brand releasing these true to OG form, and I'm sure a lot of other people share that same sentiment. So let me know in the comment section down below if you guys plan to cop these infrared 6s this coming Saturday. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at sgo8, check out my Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. Before we end this video, one final thank you goes out to The Closet Inc. So if you guys are in Canada and you are interested in picking these up, they will be dropping them this Saturday. So until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.